Hey everyone, it's me, Embermore, and today I have a list of things which I want to talk about. Well, more importantly, this list is about the things that you should have failed at by now in your life. Failure is a normal thing. It's something which you need to use in order to improve yourself. It's one of those obstacles in life that help build you who you are. Nothing says character development like being destroyed over and over again. The first thing that you should have failed by now is having a podcast. Chatting either by yourself or with friends with whatever topic you want. Mysteries, stories, maybe news. There's a lot of different cool podcasts out there, none of which I listen to. Except for that Tom Hanks one. That was awesome. I can't get enough of it. It's like, what are they going to say next? The next thing that you should have failed at by now is a music career. Oh man. I really miss my electric kazoo in the other world. It just doesn't have the same kind of oral pleasing sound. Oh man, the technology on my world was way more advanced than yours. But a music career is something that you should have failed at by now. You should have had the dream, and you should have had maybe the band practice, maybe even a garage band. A garage band, or done a couple of sets, and then just let it all fall into the gutter. And that's part of growing up. Maybe you matured, maybe you grew up, maybe the band broke up because you stole someone's girlfriend, or they stole you, or a lot of complicated things. And those things happen. It's not your fault, it's someone else's fault, that's for sure. The next thing you should have failed at by now is a marriage or a relationship. Or, failing that, having a marriage and having another relationship and failing one of those. Or both at the same time. Us people, we are a fickle type of animal. We think we know what we want, but we'll never know what we need until it's too late. So for now, we're gonna screw up. And our hearts it doesn't help us when we can't think with the right brain in our body. Yeah, I'm talking about the one in the heart. Nothing else. Nothing weird. Sickos. Relationships, if you can find one that lasts like I did in the other world, it can transcend, it can build you, it can fulfill you. And in all honesty, that's like winning the lottery. If you have that, hang on to it. And hopefully you haven't convinced yourself that your broken relationship is actually the one and that you're living in misery. I really hope. If you have, please refer to my video on how to fake happiness. The next thing that you should have failed at by now are hobbies in general. Do you have a bedroom or a closet filled with a bunch of things that you bought during a big manic spree? Something that you got really obsessed about. And you're like, yeah, I can totally get into this. That's why I bought 2 tons of shiny rocks to make even shinier and sell on my online store. Hey, congratulations, you're already there. It could relate back to some of the other ones we talked about. Maybe a podcast equipment, maybe that guitar that's gathering dust on the wall or in the garage somewhere. Maybe it's that failed relationship that you also buried somewhere. Not that you would do that, I'm just saying, it could happen. But we go through these phases of manic happiness and then we lose interest. And with that, we put it in a closet. We put it underneath the couch. Somewhere where we don't see it, because after a while, you don't want to be reminded that you gave up. The next thing that you should have failed at by now is a career or dream. You could have started off flipping burgers. You could have started off mowing lawns. But what was your dream? What was your career? Did you dream of being a rock star, a podcast personality, of having that perfect family, the wife, husband, the 2.5 kids, and that dog with a white picket fence? Well, with this housing market and everything, it's pretty much a guarantee that you failed. And that's alright. Everyone is doing it. And everyone wants something better in their lives. And it's alright if we can't get there. It's good to dream about things. But by now in your life, you should have not made the cut on those areas. Here's hoping I win the lottery, I can buy myself a one-room apartment somewhere. That'd be nice. Here's my favorite thing that you should have failed at by now. Being a influencer or model. On my old world, I used to be part of an agency called Vulture. Vulture was one of the biggest modeling agencies out there back in the day. And if you were anyone, you were a vulture. And it was awesome. And I apparently joined when it got like really late in the game. And I didn't realize that the agency had passed hands like 20 times, and each iteration just made it worse and worse and worse. But for a while, I was a talent represented by a vulture agency, and I was beautiful, dang it. Now you can just use social media, take a couple of pictures, maybe, 60 or more creepy people start following you and offering you money to go to weird Middle Eastern places. I don't know why they do that. Like, I really like where I am and I don't like to travel. Oh well. Oh, my favorite. Writing. You should have failed at writing by now. Even if you're a professional writer, you have stories which you have scrapped. Things which ignited a fire inside you that made you go, yes, this is the story I want to tell people. That magnum opus of a big story that just spans generations and will be indelible across the passages of time. Things which will make you remembered for your insights, your brilliance, for your ability to create worlds and people. For you, as a writer, would be God. And people should acknowledge your godhood. But you gave it up. It got hard. After the first 5 lines, I just didn't know where to take it. Like, how do I make a conversation happen properly between people? Right? Nothing seems natural. There's always this complication. It's annoying. You know what? Never mind. I'm digressing. Whew. The last thing that you should have failed at by now in life, in order to, achieve perfect failure state, is, what's that line say? It says, YouTuber. Oh, I see where you're going. No, there's no way I'm going to screw this up. Like, I have been the biggest social media star back in my world. I don't see why I can't do that here. And besides, I need this. I've got nothing else. You know what? Scrub the whole thing of failure. This should be a lesson in perseverance. My name's Embermore. And I am not a failed YouTuber. My name's Embermore, and these are the things that you should have failed at by now. No, I'm not gonna fail at this. In fact, there's no way I'm going to be canceled at all. What could I possibly do to have that happen? What? I'm just gonna unzip